What if the most dangerous weapon on Earth isn't a missile? It's a chip the size of your thumbnail, quietly being manufactured by the tens of thousands, inside a building most people don't even know exists. Right now, while you're watching this video, Elon Musk's machines are thinking, not planning, not processing, thinking. Tesla didn't just build electric cars, they built something far more unsettling. A secret AI hardware empire worth over $2 billion, tucked inside facilities that look ordinary from the outside. But on the inside, they look like something out of a science fiction nightmare. We're talking about custom-designed silicon chips, more powerful than anything NVIDIA ever dreamed of, supercomputers that run hotter than a volcano, and an AI training operation so massive, it's consuming enough electricity to power entire cities. And here's the part that nobody's talking about. Elon didn't build this for Tesla. He built it for something else entirely. Something that could change, or end, everything we know about human intelligence. So, buckle up, because once you understand what's actually being built inside these Megalabs, you won't sleep the same way again. Before we dive in, if you're new here, smash that subscribe button right now. We cover the stories that the headlines are too afraid to tell. You don't want to miss what's coming next. Let's go back to 2016. Tesla was just a car company, a flashy, controversial electric car company. But Elon Musk was already thinking 10 steps ahead. He looked at the AI chips available on the market, NVIDIA, Intel, Qualcomm, and he said something that shocked his entire engineering team. These aren't good enough. Not for what he was planning. So Tesla did something almost no car company had ever done before. They fired their chip supplier and decided to build their own, from scratch. That decision alone cost hundreds of millions of dollars. It took over 3 years of secret development, and it involved poaching some of the most brilliant chip architects on the planet, engineers who had previously designed silicon for Apple, AMD, and IBM. They called it the FSD chip, full self-driving. But here's the twist nobody saw coming. The chip wasn't really about driving. It was a proof of concept, test run for something exponentially more powerful that Musk was already designing in the back of his mind. And when the FSD chip launched in 2019, the entire tech industry stopped and stared, because it was 21 times more powerful than the hardware it replaced. 21 times. NVIDIA's stock dipped that week. Not because Tesla was a threat yet, but because everyone suddenly realized this guy isn't building cars. He's building an AI empire, and he was just getting started. And most people think Elon Musk's AI story starts with XAI, or maybe OpenAI. They're wrong. It starts with a warehouse in Palo Alto that nobody was supposed to notice. Around 2020, Tesla quietly began construction on something they called the Dojo project. Officially, it was described as a training computer. Unofficially, it was the most ambitious AI supercomputer ever attempted by a private company. The goal was insane. Build a machine so powerful, it could process 1 exaflop of computing power. 1 exaflop. That's 1 million trillion operations per second. To put that in perspective, that's more raw processing power than the human brain has ever been compared to in scientific literature. And Tesla was building it in secret, while selling you cars. By 2023, Musk stood on a stage and casually announced that Dojo would receive over $1 billion in investment within the next year alone. The crowd applauded, but the engineers in the room went pale, because they knew something the crowd didn't. Dojo wasn't just a supercomputer. It was the backbone of a fully autonomous AI training pipeline, designed to consume millions of hours of real-world video footage from Tesla's own fleet of vehicles. Every Tesla on the road, every camera, every second of driving, all of it feeding directly into Dojo, like a giant, always-on brain, learning from humanity's every move. And the scariest part? It was already running. Think about this for a second. There are over 6 million Tesla vehicles on the road right now. Every single one of them has cameras. 8 cameras to be exact. Recording, processing, uploading, every lane change, every near miss, every pedestrian crossing at 2 a.m. in the rain, all of it flowing silently back to Tesla's servers. That's not a car fleet. That's the largest mobile surveillance and AI training network ever built by a private corporation. And nobody signed a form saying it was okay. You just bought the car. Here's where it gets darker. Traditional AI companies pay billions to collect training data. They hire humans to label images. They build complex data pipelines from scratch. Tesla doesn't pay a single cent for its data. You pay them $30, $40, $80,000. And in return, your car becomes a node in Musk's AI army, feeding Dojo, training the system, sharpening the machine. Every day, every mile, in every blink of every camera. By 2024, Tesla's fleet had collectively driven over 1 billion miles of real-world data. 1 billion miles. No simulation, no synthetic data, no shortcuts. Pure, messy, unpredictable, human reality. And here's the twist that should make every AI researcher on the planet uncomfortable. That kind of data? No lab can replicate it. Not Google, not Meta, not even the US government. Only Tesla has it, which means only one man controls it. And he's already decided what to do with it. Here's something the tech press buried in the fine print. In 2023, Elon Musk didn't just invest in AI. He went to war over it. First, he sued OpenAI, the company he co-founded, the company he funded with $100 million of his own money. His argument? That OpenAI had betrayed its mission, that it had stopped serving humanity and started serving profit. The internet laughed, called it hypocritical. But here's what nobody mentioned. While the lawsuit was making headlines, Musk was quietly ordering 100,000 NVIDIA H100 GPUs. 100,000, at roughly $30,000 each. Do the math. That's $3 billion worth of AI hardware, purchased in secret, shipped to a facility in Memphis, Tennessee, and assembled into a supercomputer cluster almost overnight. They called it Colossus, and the name wasn't an accident. Within months, Colossus became the single largest GPU cluster on the planet. Bigger than anything Meta had built. Bigger than Google's internal systems. Bigger than what most governments could even dream of funding. And it was owned by one man. Not a corporation. Not a government. Not a research institution. One man. But here's the twist that ties everything together. Colossus wasn't built for Tesla. It wasn't built for SpaceX. It was built exclusively for xAI, Musk's personal AI company. The one with no board oversight. The one answerable to nobody. The one training a model called Grok that feeds directly on real-time internet data every second of every day. The machine was never just learning to drive. It was learning everything. So let's zoom out. Because when you connect every piece of this story, a terrifying picture starts to form. Custom AI chips, 1 billion miles of real-world data, the world's largest GPU cluster, a private AI company answerable to no one. This isn't a tech startup story. This is a power grab, the quiet and calculated kind. The kind history books write about decades later, when it's already too late. Here's the final twist. Musk has said publicly, multiple times, that he believes artificial general intelligence is coming before 2030. A GI, a machine that doesn't just process information, a machine that thinks better than you do. And when that moment arrives, whoever controls the infrastructure controls everything. The healthcare systems running on AI, the financial markets predicted by AI, like the governments advised by AI, all of it. And right now, today, one man has quietly positioned himself to own more of that infrastructure than any government, any corporation, or any collective of humans on Earth. He didn't do it with armies. He did it with chips and data and billions of dollars spent in buildings most people will never see. The cars were never the product. You were. Your roads, your data, your reality, fed into a machine built to outlast, outthink, and ultimately, outmaneuver all of us. The $2 billion AI army isn't coming. It's already here. And the general? He's already won the first battle. If this video made you think, subscribe right now. We're just getting started uncovering the stories hiding in plain sight. The next one might be even darker.